Hello, I'm Felicia Webster, and you are visiting the cave. Visiting the cave, where men get to have their say. Today we have Q here, we've got Daryl J, and we've got Daryl M. And we're going to be talking about fathering in the cave. Now, one of the reasons why this topic is really important is because not only do I know a lot of men who either have had the experience where they've separated or divorced, or even they've had a relationship with a woman who had children who they've bonded with, and then after the relationship goes sour, the women just don't want to cooperate and allow those bonds and those relationships to continue. We've had a lot of activity in the media lately, some of it very sad and some of it very disturbing. The one I'd like to talk about first, though, is the young man who's trying to protect his 2-year-old daughter from the mother, his girlfriend, who apparently has been abusive. In the court system, a lot of men are having trouble with the court system in dealing with their relationships with their children, being able to continue to interact with their children. I'd like to hear what you have to say about the court system, relationships with the children after the adult relationship has gone sour, and what you think.
First of all, it's important for the father or the male figure, no, the father, to know what their rights are, because the court system, understandably, it's been centered around the woman because a lot of damage has been done to women mostly, but the father is the other half of the child, and unless the father knows his rights as the other half of that child, then they'll get discouraged, and for the system, they'll give up, and the system will run circles around them. They got to know what their rights are so they can have as much to do with that child on whatever basis they can. I mean, it should be equal.
Okay.
That's my take on it. It should be equal.
Okay. Daryl?
It should be equal, but it's not. Bottom line, unlike a criminal trial, you have rights, and they're spelled out. When it comes to divorce court or domestic stuff, really that judge has a lot of authority and leeway, okay? And they're going to default to the mother. They are. I guess I can talk about this with some authority just because I went through it. No matter what happens, there's something called the tender years statute. It's not official law anymore, but a lot of courts still act on it. And it says as long as those children are minors, under the age of 16, they're going to really side with the mother. And unless you can prove the mother's abusive or some crazy deranged or something like that, that judge or magistrate is going to side with the mother. And the mother is going to get what they want, for the most part.
Okay, thank you. Daryl?
Well, I'm kind of impartial with this because I'm not the best person. I'm not an angel. However, I don't believe in divorce. What's a song from the Stylistics? It's called Only for the Children. I believe that I'm old school. I got an old school philosophy. We have children. We're going to stick this out for the kids. As long as no one's being beat or anything, emotional damage, we can hang in here. So I'm just strong on that.
Okay, but there are situations where that can't be helped, and then, what happens there? I mean, you obviously haven't had any personal experience, but do you know of any friends or other people? Because it seems to me, I've talked to a lot of men, and a lot of men seem to be having this problem.
Where the woman holds that power and uses it against him positively. Yes. And the child is a pawn in the middle of the whole situation. I'm not a fan of that, of course.
Okay. Q, have you ever had any experiences? Can you elaborate?
My experiences have been being the father figure for someone else's child.
Okay.
And in that case, I pity the father because they miss out. I've gotten along with all their fathers, and these children have had a relationship with their father on whatever level.
Okay. We're going to get back to this, but we're going to take a break.